Hello, Year 4. Welcome to your class text for today. The boy the boy in the dress. It is the last day of the. Today is the last day of this half term. So next week it's half term. So there's a week off, um, and so unfortunately we won't be able to finish the rest of this book because after half term we will have a new class text that will go with our new topic that we will be looking at. So I won't be able to finish the whole of this book today. I'm just going to read one more chapter for you, and then if you like the book, maybe you can go out and buy it, or maybe you've already got the book and you can carry on reading from where I finish off. So here we go. Chapter 7, Watching the Curtain Edges Grow Light. Happy birthday, Dad, exclaimed Dennis and John excitedly. I don't like birthdays, said Dad. Dennis's face fell. Sunday was always a miserable day for him. He knew that loads of families were sitting down together for a roast dinner, and that only made him think about his mum. When Dad did try and cook a Sunday roast for his sons, it made their loss more painful. It was as if there was a place laid in all their minds for someone they loved who wasn't there. And anyway, Dad was not a good cook. But this Sunday was even worse than usual. It was Dad's birthday, and he was determined not to celebrate it. Dennis and John had waited all afternoon to wish him a happy birthday. He had left for work early that day. Now it was 7 o'clock at night, and Dad had just got in. The boys had crept downstairs to the kitchen to surprise him, where he was sitting alone, wearing the same red checkered jacket he always did. He had a he had a can of cheap lager and a bag of crisps. Why don't you go and play, boys? I just want to be on my own. The card and cake Dennis and John were holding seemed to fade away in their hands at Dad's words. Oh, I'm sorry, boys, he said, catching their hurt. It's just there's not much to celebrate, is there? We got a card, Dad, and a cake, offered John. Thanks. He opened the card. It was from Raj's shop and featured a big smiling cartoon bear, inexplicitly wearing sunglasses and Bermuda shorts. Dennis had chosen it from Raj's shop because it said happy birthday to the best dad in the world written on it. Thanks, boys, said Dad as he looked at it. I don't deserve it, though. I'm not the best dad in the world. Yes, you are, said Dennis. We think you are, added John tentatively. Dad stared at the card again. Dennis and John thought it would make him happy, but it seemed to be having the opposite effect. I'm sorry, boys. I just find birthdays hard, since your mum left. I know, Dad, said Dennis. John nodded and tried to smile. Dennis scored a goal today for the school, said John, trying to change the subject to something happy. Did you, son? Yes, Dad, said Dennis. It was the semi-final today and we won 2-1. I got one goal and Darvish scored the other. We're through to the final. Well, that's good, said Dad, staring into the distance. He took another gulp from his can. Sorry, I just need to be alone for a bit. Okay, Dad, said John, nodding to Dennis that they should leave. Dennis touched his dad's shoulder for a moment before they retreated from the room. They had tried, but birthdays, Christmas, going on holiday, and even day trips to the sea, slowly all those things had disappeared. Mum had always organised them, and now they seemed a lifetime away. Home was becoming a very cold, grey place. I need a hug, said Dennis. I ain't hugging you. Why not? Well, I'm your brother. I ain't hugging you. It's weird. I got to go anyway. I told the boys I was going to hang around on the wall outside the offie with them for a bit. Dennis needed to get out of the house too. Well, I'm going to Darvish's then. See you later. As he walked across the park, he felt bad for leaving his dad on his own in the kitchen. He wished he could make Dad happy. What's up, asked Darvish, as they were looking at videos on YouTube in his bedroom. Nothing, said Dennis unconvincingly. He wasn't a good liar, but then lying is not a thing that is good to be. He was good to be at. I myself have never lied, apart from just then. You seem like really distracted. Dennis was distracted. Not only was he thinking about his dad, he couldn't stop thinking about the orange sequin dress. I'm sorry, Darvish. You'll be my friend, whatever, wouldn't you? Of course. Darvish, Dennis, would you like some refreshing Lucozade drink? Shouted Darvish's mum from the next room. No, thanks, Mum, Darvish shouted back before sighing loudly. Dennis just smiled. It's a high-energy beverage. It'll get your strength up for the final, came the insistent reply. All right, Mum, maybe later. Good boys, you make me very proud if you win. But you know I'll still be proud of you if you don't. Yes, yes, said Darvish. Oh, gosh, so embarrassing. It's only because she loves you, said Dennis. Darvish went silent for a moment, so Dennis changed the subject. Can I try on your hat thing? He asked. My Patka? Yes, your Patka. Sure, if you really want. I've got a spare one here, I think, said Darvish as he rummaged in his drawer before pulling out another hat. He passed it to Dennis, and Dennis carefully put it on. How do I look? Asked Dennis. Like a bit of a prat. They both laughed loudly. Then Darvish thought for a moment. I mean, it doesn't make you sick, does it? On you, it's just a hat. It's just dressing up, innit? Dennis walked home feeling a bit brighter. He'd even laughed at some stupid videos they found, particularly one of a cat clambering over a baby and putting its bum in the baby's face. But when he walked in, he saw that Dad was still sitting in the kitchen at the kitchen table where they had left him, with another can of lager, but the same cold and soggy chips. Hi, Dad, said Dennis, trying to sound happy to see him. His dad looked up for a moment and then sighed heavily. John had already gone to bed, and when Dennis went up, John didn't even bother saying anything. As they lay there in the silence, the silence was deafening. When Dennis, there was nothing to be said. Dennis couldn't sleep at all and spent all night watching the curtain edges grow light. One thing stopped him suffocating, thinking about Lisa. The world she had opened up for him and that sequenced orange dress, sparkling and sparkling in the sunlight. Okay, I'm going to stop reading there. So if you want to carry on reading this book in your own time, maybe during the half term, we are up to chapter 8, Lying on the Carpet with Lisa. If you don't have to, but if you do enjoy the book and you are enjoying reading it, then please do carry on reading it. After half term, we'll have a brand new class text, which will go with our new topic. Until then, guys, have a great half term, and I'll see you in a week's time. Bye-bye.